no idea.
What technicalities?
Is there 8 pages? Maybe something got cut off. Yeah, see, there are 8 pages total. I think that should be
So maybe
1
that's-
of 8, 2 of 8, 3 of 8. I think if something got cut off or
that's
malfunctioned.
some legal
Yeah,
phrase.
it just, I think it just malfunctioned from the printer standpoint. Anything else?
Page. My glasses.
Fearing you, please.
Page 5. Page 5.
Uh,
I don't recall
What?
doing this, and if it does, 12.0 periodic review. The sponsor and the county agrees that periodically, but not less than semi-annually, that this agreement shall be subject to review by the parties. Do we review this on a semi-annual basis?
No, not really, we haven't, but I think we actually review it, just for some, because it's, so far, the agreement has been working. That was just a clause they put in, and just in case there was something that,
But it's just, it's almost telling us to do it, that's all.
yeah.
That's
well,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
But I think that it's just, something that, it's probably, we meet it by us going to those meetings and discussing all the things that go on.
Okay.
Anything else?
All right. Number 15, on that same page, 15.0 terms, and this could be a technicality of what, as well. The date, it says the agreement shall begin as provided in paragraph 8.1 and continue in full force and in effect through December 2018.
Right, through next year.
Should we have a date there?
I think through December, I mean, that tells you
Is that
it's
kind of-
all of December.
Okay, is that how you guys
That's
see it
how it
too?
was worded before.
Okay.
I don't know how it was worded before.
Yeah, no, this is exact wording, and they just changed the dates.
You mean you prefer to see December 31st, 2000?
Yeah, I know through December what?
Well,
You can
through
say-
December, if it doesn't say a date, it's through
Okay, is
the
that-
entire
that's
month
what I
of
said. If Joe
December.
looked at it, I'm fine, but
Yeah,
just
no, it's
kinda-
through the entire month of December, and they're not, and if I think if you look at the first pages here, it does say these dates here, wait a minute.
See, they put
There
a,
are dates someplace,
Here
here.
it is, December, it says.
Right, it says the first day of December
2017.
2017.
So we need to check, yeah, that's.
Right, that's when it starts, and then, yeah, and then goes through the last,
December.
December 2018, which means through. When they say through, that's basically, they
Yeah.
mean through the entire month. If they didn't say through, then I would be worried, but it says through.
Through December.
As I said,
Yeah.
Joe's fine with it, right.
through December 26th.
All right, anything else?
But that would have been different, they would have had it a day.
They would have to take.
When's the last time they had a paratransit coordination council meeting?
Oh, that's what we have, every 2 months.
Every 2
I
months?
just went to one last Friday.
Oh, okay, every 2 months.
Right.
And
And-
one more thing, again, this is a tech, I'm sorry, James. did you-
No, I'm through. Yeah.
Okay, a technicality.
I know she was going to them, but I wasn't certain when.
A technicality, on the page 6, where does Nancy, the clerk, comes into play? Why is the clerk involved? It says a test. Again, I was gonna ask.
Because
Joe.
she is also the clerk to the board, the Will County Board.
Okay, so,
This is a document from Will County to us, and she is the clerk of the Will County Board, and Larry signs it as Will County Executive, and she signs it as the Will County Clerk.
does Bobby sign it?
Is she
the
still-
sponsor?
No, Bobby doesn't sign this. This is all done between, if anything, I sign it.
Is she still the clerk?
She is.
She
for a
is,
little
she is
while,
until
I think to the
the
election.
next election, right.
Yeah, I talked to her.
Actually, probably until November.
Right, till November, so she is through this agreement, most of it, so, yeah, that's it. That's why, anything else? All right, did we do a motion on this? I don't think so. Deb, make a
No.
motion to approve the IGA Mobility Management Agreement between the County of Will, Illinois and Monee Township for participating in Will County Mobility Management Program.
So moved.
Moved by Terry. Second by Debbie. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Burgess.
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
Supervisor Dammer.
Yes. We need to approve the public meeting notice and holiday notice. This should have been done in December, but it was one of the things with Willa being ill and everything else that just did not happen until I went back and was looking in my, the minutes and went, oh, you should have done that, you know. But so it's here for us to approve now. Is there a motion to approve the public meeting notice and holiday notice?
So moved.
James?
Second.
Carrie? Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Bowles.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Burgess.
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
Supervisor Dammer.
Yes. Okay, and also this is the time of year that we officially vote to approve the mileage rate that we're going to be using for all business miles for the township this year. It's going up from 53.5 to 54.5 is now the amount. So is there a motion to approve the new rate of 54.5?
So moved.
Moved by Terry,
Second.
second by James. Roll call vote.
Trustee Bowles.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Burgess.
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
Supervisor Dammer.
Yes. The next thing is an ordinance that we must pass. This is an ordinance that we took, that was on the TOI site. Apparently, we were supposed to have it passed by January 15th. So it should have been on our December meeting, only I never saw anything about it anywhere. And then nothing was sent to me, and it could be that, you know, when Willa was so sick that it was sent to her, and even though I was checking emails, I don't know. Whatever it is, as we figured January 18th was not. You know, so this is an ordinance establishing a policy to prohibit sexual harassment in the township of Monee, Illinois. Township includes the town, road district, and the assessor's office. And this is a mandatory policy, and the wording is from the TOI website. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
So they telling us we must accept.
Oh, must, yes.
Well, do we have an ordinance number?
Well, Bobby will give it to us once we vote on it. Or Bobby, you want to give us that ordinance number now?
So,
Is it probably the first one of 2018?
Actually, based on the way I've been doing it, it's like a fiscal year. I've been actually doing it that way, unless,
But do you want to do it 1-2018? How do you do that?
yeah, I can do that one.
I mean, how are you numbering them?
I think I was running, okay, yeah, this is the first one.
So you're going to do 001 or
001, 18.
001-18?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Ordinance number is 001-18. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 001-18?
001-18.
so moved.
Moved by Maurice,
Second.
second by Terry.
That's not right.
Roll call vote, please.
Just real quick.
Any discussion?
Yeah, discussion, again, on technicality, on the exhibit A, the first page, it's not numbered. The second page and throughout is numbered, page 207, 307.
Well, this
I guess
ordinance,
that's
this is
assumed.
the protocol ordinance and attached to the policy. So the ordinance is numbered, page 1 of 1 and 1 and 2 of 2.
That's correct.
Right, but the exhibit A was not numbered.
Oh,
It alludes to exhibit A.
the exhibit A is numbered for the rest of the pages, but not that page.
Then we'll write it in,
That's fine.
because I have no idea how to go back and get that off.
Yeah, that's
So,
fine.
1 of 7
Page 1 of 7.
is written in. Okay, anything else?
And you said that, again, this has already been approved. And please, just clarification, under the section 1, the first page, 1 of 7, under the exhibit, and it talks about, under the alphabet B, Bravo, employer means the Monee Township.
And it says employee means a person employed by the Monee Township.
Right.
That's what it says in A.
Mm-hmm.
He said B though.
And B,
And B.
employer means Monee Township, yes.
So, just a little, I need clarification, because David hired.
As specified in here, township includes town, road district, and the assessor office. That was clarified under the ordinance.
That's all good.
Yes. So when you see township there, it means what it says in the ordinance there.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
Employee and officer of employer. That covers.
All right, there is a motion on the floor. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Burgess,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
supervisor Lattman.
Yes. This next item in your packet is the discussion item. This was something that was discussed heavily at the meeting in November down in Springfield at the TOI meeting. And this is because the legislator had passed 8565 to the township government law, which said accumulation of funds. Township funds, excluding the township's capital fund, shall not exceed an amount equal to or greater than 2.5 times the annual average expenditures of the previous 3 fiscal years. And then Joe had sent me this extra thing that's an email on the back of it, and someone had asked the attorney that works for Ansel Blink and does a lot of township work, is that to clarify that since the act does not say road district, and since the road district is a completely separate body from the township, do they have to comply? And her answer was that no, the road district does not have to comply. So it is only the township that has to worry about.
See, that's why I was
funds.
referred back to the last question. I said, what does, it says the township, the road district, the assessors.
That's why
and
it
all
was
of that.
clarified. That's why we
That's
clarified it, because
Okay.
it had to be clarified, because they are 2 separate funds. So what we worry about is the township funds, and in checking them over, the town funds, we have a very, very, very long way to go before we, are any place near our 2.5 times what we spend every year. The GA fund is a little closer, and what they suggested down at TOI is that what we do is that we just develop in each budget a capital fund line. And so then instead of having any excess or surpluses, then, you just take and, put some money in the capital fund line. So that's what I will be doing on
So the
that.
capital fund line is exempt?
Yes, the capital fund isn't exempt from this, except because it says in there, excluding the township's capital fund. So if we have a capital fund in GA and capital fund in the township budget, which is what was recommended down at TOI. So I was like, yay, at least we have a solution. But I just thought it very strange, because you see, when the legislator does stuff like this, it's because somebody has complained that somebody was probably holding a bunch of money someplace and not doing anything with it. We don't have that problem, but there are some townships that have a lot of money. And
a couple of times you got those sharpshooters out there that did identify us as having an excess amount of
Yeah.
funds, along with buku other townships.
Right.
I don't know if you recall that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem with GA is that what people don't understand is that you know, right now, we are covered by a catastrophe insurance with GA. And also, most people that are signing up, we make sure they're covered by medical. But there is a gap sometimes when people are signing up, when they're signing up for us and they're signing up for medical. And if something would ever happen in there, you know, we would be out $25,000, which is our deductible on the catastrophe insurance. So, I mean, that might save us a lot of money because the bill is, you know, $200,000 or something. But in the meantime, when you take a small budget, then, and you take $25,000 out of it, that's a lot. And fortunately, that hasn't happened to us. But you know, problem is legislators don't understand township finances, and they don't understand how GA works, and they don't understand how any of this stuff is. So people were really kind of up in arms at the convention on it. But so anyway, that's just to let you know that I have figured it all out, and right now we are okay. And I will be putting a small capital fund line in GA, and probably also I will be doing with adding it to the regular town fund also. And the reason that I'm going to be doing that is because we need new township windows. Our township windows are very, very drafty. Now that I've been here full-time for the last 7 weeks, I have been, you know, you sit in here and it's like a big barn. The heat comes on in the morning and it takes half the day for it to get up to 70 degrees. and it's because of the draft. And then there are drafts that are coming in windows and it just kind of circulates all the way around. So I know that what I did is I contacted, David gave me a company that I did contact just to kind of get an idea of where we were, if, you know, so I could start a budgeting process on it, and also to know if we had to go out for bids on it. And actually, it comes in under the $20,000. If we just would do the windows and the 2 doors, the door in Bobby's office and the door over there, which are kind of drafty also, then it, you know, comes to, you know, and I don't want, in case we do decide to bid, I'm not going to go into who it was and you know, what they came to, but it is under the $20,000. So I thought maybe we could just send out and ask for proposals rather than have to have an actual bid.
Donna, you counted this door right here and that door.
And Bobby's, there's a door in Bobby's.
What about that one?
No, that one I've had looked at too, but I think it's, of all the doors and windows that are around, that seems to be one of the better ones. We can do it, I mean, but if we decided to do that, I would do it separately.
And which windows?
We're talking all 9 of these windows, and then we're talking the door to the side over there and the door that leads out of Bobby's office. They're the same type of thing. And they all swing out because we need it for handicap purposes and for that. But anyway, that's what I want to discuss, is that do you think, and then also there's this, it's cheaper. Right now, if you, the outside of these windows to the front and that, and I guess out to the side, are bronzed, okay? And it's because I went out when it was full cold and looked at them, and as he was asking, he said it's cheaper, and it was a couple $1,000s cheaper if they would just do them in a standard white. And I looked at them and I thought, you know, I don't think it would detract from the building to have them just in that standard white, but then I don't know that. I mean, it depends on what you guys think, you know? So what I did have, the guy I did have come, I told, have him give me an option. The bronze and then the standard white. The standard white did come in a couple $1,000 cheaper.
I can't remember what they look like.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to go out and look too, because I was like, there's bronze out there? and because I actually don't think it would detract that much.
Are those double pane windows?
No, I don't know what they are, but they're not very thermal. And so when we're talking about doing it, we're talking thermal panes, we're talking, what all did they use?
Because they're not that old. They did this addition.
No, but they
before we
put
came.
in used windows
They put
when
in
they
used
redid
windows?
this. 10 years ago, they redid this building, and they found somebody that had a bunch of old windows, and they used them.
Really? What did they spend? Did they spend like?
They spent $500,000 renovating this, when I could have built, I had plans to build a brand new building in University Park for the same amount of money that they took this old building, didn't put in a kitchen, made this a drafty barn, basically.
really cool.
So don't get me started on them, because it just really
It's kinda cool.
fries me. you know?
It's kinda cool.
But anyway, what do you
Those are single
think?
pane windows.
No, these, I think we're looking for, yeah, I think
talking about these
I
right
think
here.
these look to me like they're single. And also I'm looking at, getting rid of the, what is it called when you have the two windows that will go up and down? And just doing a picture windows, what I want to do, because we never open it. We never have opened these any time that I know of. If the air goes out, we will call and get that air fixed, I mean, immediately.
So it's always air conditioning?
Yeah, so it's always air conditioned, so there's absolutely no reason that we've had to open these windows. So it's cheaper by a lot to not have the double hung, whatever they call it, windows, and do the picture windows instead. And as I said, the information I got from this guy is falling under 20,000. So I thought I would like to just try to send it out, tell them, put it down in a non-bid form, but with kind of some standards from each one, and then send it out to a couple more places. What do you guys think? You're more of a contractor, what do you think?
I was just saying, your husband, does he know it? I don't know.
I would like to see more than just one proposal.
Yeah, well, we would, definitely, yeah, but I'm just trying to figure, do we want to actually go the route where you have to have everything, and I did ask the guy I was talking to, I did say to him, whatever we do, I have to make sure that you are following the prevailing wage ordinance, and he said, no, and the prices I quoted are good with that. I'm like, okay, and I got that in writing, so.
I would be looking to get a evaluation of the windows from you might expend $200 or $300 or something for someone to give you an assessment of the windows.
Now, how do you find somebody like that?
Probably from a window company. They can come out, you don't have to go with them, they can come out and do an assessment.
Yeah. Well, like this guy, I told him, I said.
But I would just actually,
look.
with some
Right.
numbers, give you some numbers and
Yeah,
all
and
of
that's
that.
what I did here.
Okay.
And he basically said, oh yeah, these are really drafty, and these are,
Okay, they'll give you some numbers,
they're
and say,
leaking.
what, leaking here, leaking there, and I would recommend double pane,
Yeah, well,
or e-glass, e-gas, and all of that, casement windows or what have
I
you.
have, information here, but I'm
And
just.
different models, different types, Anderson
Yeah.
windows and all of that, and then you could, instead of getting a proposal, you'll have some ammunition and some meat to say what you want your proposal to look like. We're going, we want to request, well, this is kind of a small governmental things, and I don't know how we typically bid. You ask for a request for proposal. I don't know if that's standard what we do here, but usually governments.
Well, anything over 20, you need a bid. Under 20, we
But not so
don't
much a
have to,
bid,
we can do a proposal.
You get proposals.
Right. So, okay, well, let me go further, and I will, but,
Yeah,
I
yes.
will ask them all to come out, the ones I do call, to give me an assessment, how big is my need, how much, that type of thing. I know that it's drafty, and I'm sure it's the windows and that, so, I think it's something to be done, and if it's something that we can do under under 20, that'd be great. So, I think that's pretty reasonable. Another thing we need in here is an elevator, by the way, but we're not gonna do that this year.
You know what, I wouldn't let them know so much what your budget is. I wouldn't let them know that,
Okay.
because they will just like buying a car, you tell them, how much you have, 50,000, they'll make it work.
Oh, no, I didn't tell this guy that either. I just said,
Yeah.
I said, I'm
say
just
this
trying to
is
get a
what you're looking
ballpark
for.
figure from him actually, and that I, trying to kind of get an idea so that I can, prepare my budgeting process for this, which I'm gonna have my budget done before you probably decide on the windows, but.
Because you don't want cheap windows and you back in the process, you might say, okay, we'll give you $20,000 with the windows, but here you are, but.
Yeah, no,
It's nice to
we
know
don't
what we
want
get
that.
to fit our
But,
needs. This is what we want. We don't want these drafty windows. We want windows that last,
Right.
20, 25 years.
I got questions.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm just trying to read what these were. Double strength glass they were talking about. Indoor windows, big picture windows. I have a whole brochure on all that of stuff too. But anyway, we'll gather more information.
Okay.
What's your question, Sandra?
Would you check with the village and see if there's any code conditions that they would have, like when in replacing exterior stuff?
Whoever is bidding has to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's Sandra's right, because usually there's codes out there that says the windows are lower than 2 feet from the floor, you need tempered glass. So I don't even know if these are tempered glass. That's if someone, were to push down. I know in the bathroom, so I don't know about here, but I know the bathroom. So that might be a code there, but Sandra's right, that's something that we.
Yeah, but it's still, that's something that anybody
Tempered
that does
glass is like
business in this
instead of
area
shadow,
and
it's
wants it,
car
just
wash.
like if they have to go get a
Somebody
permit,
go,
you know,
go.
they have to know, your husband would
kids,
know that,
right?
he has to go and get the permits from the village to do any extra work, and they'd have to follow all the codes, so, yeah.
Right, but it just may affect your cost, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
It may affect your cost, so.
and of course, anybody that does business would have to know they have to get a
But-
license to
You
do
do
it.
want, I just want to add this one little thing to it, as far as a potential rebate from like a comment or someone, you know, for energy efficient.
Yeah,
Right.
Energy
right,
efficient.
energy efficient, right.
You might be able to get a rebate from ComEd.
Well, also, you see, not only it might be more energy efficient, I'm sure it'll help with the heating bills, it'll also help with
Right.
the air conditioning bills, because if you have everything that's tighter, it's gonna be better, so.
And I'll look, you know what, I'll look too, just to see if there's some contractors just affiliated with ComEd for energy efficient.
That'd be good.
Okay,
If
just
you
see.
could give
I'll
me
do
their
that. I'll do
names so
that.
that we can,
See
you know,
if there's
send.
some list.
Because I wanna send 4 or 5 people out.
Sure.
I mean, I've got one I want to, talk to them. And as I said, it's not like, you know, we're gonna do it immediately. It'll probably be the next few months, but not, you know, not gonna be like now.
Not next weekend when it's
Right.
20 below outside.
Yeah, we probably need it now, but we're not gonna do it now.
I can't believe they put used windows in.
Yeah, they put in the used one, well, well, as I said, don't get me started.
Well, we did pay this building off, this section off. We
Yeah,
did.
so
It's
we,
got-
as I said, we can add windows and we will have a little bit more money coming back, for us, so,
Looked like they forgot that we needed
oh, there's so many
a
things.
fire smoke
There's so many
sprinkler
things.
system in here too. after the
You know,
fact.
they don't have it like the light up there. Sometimes I'd like to have that extra light, but anytime you turn that light on, you've got the fan. And then we're cold with the fan on, so we don't want the fan on, we only want the light on. It does not do it that
Wow.
way.
Wow, it's all or nothing.
It's dumb, it's really dumb, so. Okay, thank you, we'll go forward. Reminder, the newsletter articles are due February 21st, 2018. We have no line item transfers.
Did we not just get a letter, newsletter? Okay.
No, our newsletter is going out, no, our last newsletter went out last of October.
Oh, really?
And now this
I
one
just read it.
this newsletter goes out the end of February, so
Okay,
people have it
that's
by
the
March
last-
1st.
March 1st?
And that way we can put information in about, you know, where polling places are and the primary, and, you know, we just do that as a standard thing anytime before an election. And then, of course, our Easter basket program and all the other normal stuff that we have, you know, we have the, sometimes James has stuff that was put in, and so. But that is, the deadline for that is February 21st to get them to, hopefully Willa will be back by that time, and get it to her so we can get it in. I think that's everything on our new business, no old business. Project reports. Youth Committee, now we're just getting ready to start, is it this coming Sunday? We starting back with the youth program at the GSU?
Oh, we started that Sunday.
Oh, I thought it was in the paper as the 21st.
Oh, glad I showed up.
You had people show up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you started last week, okay, so you started on the 15th, then, right? No, the 14th.
Whatever that was.
Sunday, 14th, yeah. Yeah. Because we normally don't do it on a holiday weekend, which is why we've gone to the 21st. And I'm surprised they didn't say something at
They
GSU
don't, yeah,
because
they
their
had the-
contract says the 21st.
Yeah, they had the lifeguard out there and everything.
Really?
So
Well,
we had
cool.
we had a good, we had a good crowd.
You had a good crowd?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Anything else going on with that, or going green or anything?
With the youth, I just need to get some more forms. When will Willow be here?
She'll be here about 3 hours tomorrow, maybe from
You
9
know,
to
if
12.
you can mail me some more, I can give her a call. I'll give her a call tomorrow.
Give her a call, please.
Okay, in the morning, so what
Right,
time is she here?
Yeah, I would say she's in, I think usually between 8 and 12, 8:30 and 12.
Okay, I'll make me a note to call. I just, and I'll get everything. We had a few more new people, so I have some money to turn into her
Okay.
and get the attendance and all of that up to her. Okay,
All right.
I need forms, but going well.
Okay, good. All right. We will have, the next item then is the trustee audit of accounts. This is for the period of December 22nd, 2017 through January 18th, 2018. Total spent for all of our accounts was $39,240.96. Let's start the signing down here.
Does that include this new sheet that goes with this?
I'm sorry, what?
Does that amount include? this
Oh,
new
yes,
sheet?
it does. That was just left out of your packet when I was going through, and I was trying to do something for my budgeting process. I said, wait a minute, we're missing the E and B, and so we ran it off. We're just missing over here. Okay, is there a motion to approve the audit of accounts?
So
Moved by Maurice. Is there a second?
Second.
By Debbie. All right. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
yes.
trustee Burgess,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
supervisor Dapper.
Yes. Okay, board comments? Anybody have any board comments?
Yeah, I do. In the previous board meeting, I reported that the township residents may be affected by the residency issue within the Monee School District. I got some data, preliminary data this week from the school district that said within the village of Monee, there's close to about 180 people that may be in violation of residency. In University Park, there's over 500. And I think in Park Forest, and I'm not certain of Will County areas of Park Forest, but there's a substantial number there also.
Where are they getting those numbers from?
National Investigation Agency. What is happening is that they are screening people that might be in violation of school district boundaries. So I am willing, once the school district send out letters to these people, if they actually believe they have a legitimate claim to be enrolled in the school district, I am willing to provide some advocacy services for them. I'm not working by myself. I'm going to have some help because it can be quite involved, because the school policy does allow people to enroll in the school district if there's extenuating circumstances. It includes some pro bono legal services also. But once the school district notifies these individuals, they can file an appeal. So that's where you're talking about, out of 1,400 possible suspect cases, the numbers that they have identified some right now is somewhat, in my opinion, very suspicious.
Sounds very high.
Yeah, and see, I mean, I had 3 kids go through Creek Monee, and in the past, they always had strict guidelines that was performed by staff and administrators to screen people registered in the school. I mean, all school districts have guidelines for registering people within their geographical boundaries. But this year, for some odd reason, the school board decided to hire a private detective agency. Now, according to the administration, in the past they have used it, but I haven't even gotten to that point of asking for supportive documentation to verify that they have, because I've never heard of it before.
Weren't they saying that these children were homeless, and that's what they're going?
Well, see, that's one of the, that's, if they are homeless, they are allowed to stay in the school district, okay?
But they're saying a lot of them are coming from the city on the trains coming here.
Well,
is what I've
that's
heard.
questionable, because if they are homeless,
Yeah, how is
they
that?
are allowed to stay within
They
the
have
school
buses.
district.
Actually, they're saying they had buses at the train station. That's not true? Okay.
There is a public bus that picks up people from a train and transports them through.
But it would
through the
cost
area.
them a train fare, it'd cost them bus fare.
Yeah, right.
And I guess they're homeless, I just don't see where that would be coming from.
I'm not, throwing it out there because I'm on the board. I'm just throwing it out there as because it affects Monee Township, because it affects Monee Township residents. But that's where I am. I mean, it's a lot of research, a lot of research involved. But if anybody within Monee Township receives one of these letters from the school district, just contact me and let's talk. Because there are certain situations where Illinois State Board of Education allows persons to be registered in a school district that they reside in. So that's where I am with that.
Okay, anybody else have any other board comments?
I have something I want to say. I attended the annual conference, the TOI conference in Springfield. And it seems like the time that I've been there, it seems like what is really growing is that the parade that they have in the opening session when the townships have their flags and parade the flags. I would like to see us maybe establish a township flag. That's all I have to say.
Well, not very many townships have flag. Of all the townships that are in Illinois,
It's increasing.
There's a scattering of flags that come in, and I'm just not certain if that's, and we could do it, but I'm not dead set against it. I'm just saying I just don't think it's necessary.
I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I know Bobby's like the flag, but I just don't know if it's.
And I was talking to Donna earlier. My mother-in-law turned 100 on Tuesday. She's a Monee Township resident. So.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So I did a letter for Terry that just said congratulations, and if you could run, you could read the letter if you want to. I did it on behalf of myself and the board, officials. And so that, because they're having a birthday party for her Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday.
This is for the town board, right?
Monee Township officials recognize Martha Bowles on reaching her 100th birthday. Martha has been a resident of University Park in Monee Township since 1977. She turned 100 on January 16th, 2018. We wish her continued health and many more years with her family, sharing the wisdom she obtained through a wonderful long life. Happy birthday, Martha. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, what am I writing? Didn't have much information.
She still lives on her own, cooking for herself.
So very nice.
She does?
Yeah, she still lives over in University Park, so very good.
I just would like to say, thanks. I didn't share it much, but I did lose a brother just a week or so ago. And we did have a memorial service. He lives in Houston. Did a memorial service for him last Friday. And we're going to have another service for him down in Houston coming up. There's a lot of moving parts on how he died and all the circumstances, but just keep the family in prayer.
We'll do that. Also, Willa, besides being extremely ill, on Christmas Eve, her husband's youngest brother died. So then they were dealing with all of that. And so they just had a really, really hard time. And besides Willa being sick, Stephen was sick also and hospitalized for overnight one time. So they've been really going through it. She is, as I said, back half days. Shirley, Lathan, and I are here on a regular basis, and we're keeping the township going and taking care of everything. And Willa comes in and does the financial payroll and the W-2s, which is great that she's been able to do that. I'm hoping that, she's starting to gain strength, and she sounds so much better. I mean, she's not at death's door. But, so I'm hoping that, hopefully by the end of this month, she might be back full-time. At least I hope so. But if not, well, we'll continue doing it and to make sure that she doesn't have a relapse. So.
And just one thing also, The school district did hire an interim superintendent just this past Tuesday. Mr. Patton, P-A-T-T-O-N. He
What was it,
was,
spell that again?
I think it's P-A-T-T-O-N.
Patton, okay.
Yeah, he was an interim superintendent for the school district maybe 10 years plus ago. So, and they talked about a meet and greet sometime soon. They will be inviting all the dignitaries from the district, such as Monee Township, villages, and all of that. Okay, so more to follow.
Okay, we'll look forward to that.
Okay.
All right, if nobody has anything else, then I will take a motion to adjourn. Moved by Debbie,
Second.
second by Terry. Roll call vote, please.